Generosity isn't just about giving, it's about community. Cora Taveras reveals how the combined support of expats and locals is creating lasting change in the Dominican Republic.
There's so many people here trying to make everything so much better for other people.
Feed, teach, and preach.
This is completely non-profit.
There's just a good vibe, a good energy. There's a friendliness.
As a mom, I'm changing because I find parenting here is more laid back.
Everybody, everywhere, we're here to help.
Enjoying and seeing what we've been living and thriving with and loving.
When you give, you feel fulfilled.
Yeah, bring it and we'll take care of the rest.
Welcome to the Punta Cana podcast, Cora.
Thank you for having me. It's so fun to be here.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm so excited to have you here. And we have just discovered that the Mission Caribe, which is the charitable organization that you work with, you handle Tabitha's Closet. So we're going to really go deep into that part of the business. Yes. But this is a mission that was created by some clients of mine that bought from me many years ago.
Yes.
So I definitely want to give a shout out to the founders. Talk to us a little bit about how the foundation got started.
So the foundation got started with this couple, Eric and Deanna, and
from Texas.
And they came here and they bought a place. They loved it. They fell in love with Dominican Republic. And then COVID hit and they were stuck here.
Yeah.
But they were stuck here and then they started doing good for the community. So they started this as a foundation that was Christian based. So a lot of preaching, praying, teaching, and feeding. So their motto, is feed, teach, and preach.
I like that.
Yeah.
Feed, teach, and preach.
Yes.
Right?
So they started this, just them two, with the help of their friends, whoever would come and vacation and visit. And they had a location and they were helping out the community, different families as well, helping them not only with non-perishable foods or whatnot, but also with medications that could be costly to families here and certain things. So just because they're such amazing people. Yes. They were doing this because they wanted to help.
From the goodness of their heart.
Yeah,
really.
From the goodness of their heart.
Yes, beautiful.
So then they started, actually, a couple of years after that, they started Tabitha's Closet. So that was like the first thing that we had, the one we had now, because I'm a part of it.
Yes.
That they were gathering donations from the family and friends that they knew that would come here on vacation, and they would be able to donate these items to other families. Long story short, they had to leave. They sold their place here and the closet was there. And I had just asked, I said, well, what's going to happen with Tabitha's Closet?
Yes.
And then they asked me, well, do you mind organizing it and taking care of it? And that was almost 2 years ago.
Yes. So you are carrying the torch of Tabitha's Closet, a part of Mission Caribe. So talk to us more about what you're doing with that organization, how it works. Give us the background.
So basically we collect donations, so clothes, non-perishables mostly, furniture, housewares, anything that you have in your home that you do not want, we'll take it. We organize it. We have a space. Right now, we're in transition, so we'll hand out that location whenever we can.
We'll let you know. Yeah. Stay tuned for the location, right?
So these people can drop off there or message me directly, so I can go pick them up, pick up whatever I can, and then we organize everything. Again, we asked a bunch of people, hey guys, today's organization day or coming up is organization day for Tabitha's Closet. Who can help? And, we make a nice little event out of it. Turn on the air conditioner, start folding, start putting away things, kids section, adult section, men's section, a whole little store. And, that was really nice. And the way I started entering people, having people come, was people would say, oh, I have a family member or I know somebody that needs something. And then I would start making appointments with them because I felt like this was really personal. Like I didn't want an abundance of people in the space. So I would do appointments by family or by person. And I say, okay, meet me here at this time. And I open the door and that person would be able to go shopping per se and get what they need. I've met so many people, let's say that started a new career. And it was just this, I'll never forget. I had a woman come and she's like, I got a job as a teacher after 4 years of looking for a job.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay. And
That's a blessing.
It was really fun for me. Yeah, it was such a blessing, but it was really fun. I know it sounds weird, but it was really fun for me to be like, oh my gosh, look, there's a suit jacket here. There's this, there's that. And she was trying everything on. And it was just like, she was so happy that she was able to leave with an abundance of clothing that were given by other people.
Wow.
So we're very lucky or blessed in this case to have a great community and our church community that we are asking for donations. Say, guys, anything that you don't want or don't wear, please bring it and we'll take care of the rest. And that's how basically it got started. And
wow. I have about half a closet of clothes that can be applicable for professional, like things that I wear that, you know, I can't wear the same blouse like 20 times. So I actually go through a lot of clothes and good, nice clothes.
Me and we'll be more than happy to pick it up.
Yes,
meaning myself, if it's something bigger, like a lot of furniture stuff, or whatever, then I get other volunteers, which is also really good. It's a fun part about being an expat here, that you make a lot of friends from all over the place that come and go, and everybody's willing to help. And it's so beautiful because, again, this is completely nonprofit. I'm doing this on my own time. Family and friends are doing this on their own time, you know, helping out and everything. So it's really fun. And it's turned into something that we're getting phone calls of, hey, can you guys come and help out with this event? We're doing something here. We're doing something there.
And what kind of events, for example, do you get calls for, or do you look to participate in?
At first, I wasn't looking. I got a message there was a family in Santo Domingo that had lost their house in a fire, and it was a mother with 3 children. Then I reached out and I said, I've got a ton of clothes. Just message me and tell me the sizes of the children, more or less, and the mom. And I filled up this huge box, like massive, full of stuff. I even put teddy bears in there because we get everything.
Yes.
And then I was able to give it to the person that was looking, and then they were able to send me pictures afterwards, which was so beautiful. So, you know, it's also like you're taking a leap of faith and you're hoping that it's going to the people.
The right place.
Yeah, and the right places. And there's so many people here trying to make everything so much better for other people. So you get that sense of community in that, and you get to know those people, and then you're like, wow, you're really reliable. So let me know if you need anything else. And then it's all like coming back, and it's like, hey, then, you know, then you start getting those messages. Hey, we have something coming up. Is it possible for you to get some food or some snacks or some of this for this date? And I'm like, all right, you try your best. And I've been really blessed. Like, I've met so many people that are willing to pop up at my house. Here's a bag of food for that event. That same day. Wow. Donate money. Can you go buy the food instead? No problem. I have no problem doing any of that. So we've been really lucky and blessed to be able to do that, to be able to help other foundations as well to do things like that.
So you're working with other foundations.
Also.
What types of foundations? Like, are you doing similar things, or are you bringing different types of contributions to the table?
And it's trying to bring them clothes, foods, if they need anything for their homes, or the organization is missing, let's say, a chair, if we can find one that they need, different little study places that they do for underprivileged children. If they need something in particular, then we try and get everything. Whatever we don't have, then I literally just put it out there or say, hey guys, I'm looking for. And this is all on social media. Yeah,
I was going to ask that. Like, where do you publish to say, hey, I need XYZ?
On every expat group you can imagine.
Okay, so the expat groups you're involved with, are on Facebook, on Instagram?
Mostly
WhatsApp,
on Facebook. And then I have, I don't know, I just give everybody my phone number and I'm like, hey,
I need some sheets, and then there come sheets.
Yeah, it comes, and that's the blessing that we've got from our glory of God too.
Yes.
Like that's just so beautiful, and I didn't think it would be. I don't want to say it's easy because it's not, but. Again, it's just the people that we're surrounded with and everything. It's so beautiful. So many people I've never met in my life, and I'll meet them at the corner. They're like, here, and they'll give me an envelope with money. And then I'm like, okay, I'll take pictures of what I buy so you know that I bought it.
Yes.
And then those people they're like, oh, I trusted you and you fell through and everything went great. It was fantastic. We saw the gifts. We saw where you gave it. All these things.
Wow.
So been getting a lot of trust in that sense, which I find is crazy because it's money. And I was like, okay, I'm going to stick to my word, obviously. But it's so beautiful how there's so many people that are here that want to help.
Yes. Yes, there are so many people. And I think that's something that is really beautiful about Punta Cana is that there's just a good vibe, a good energy. There's a friendliness and very much a sense of community here, which is something that I really love about being a part of the community. I'm not surprised that people would give you cash because actually, that's the easiest for them to get. Actually, it's easy. If you want to give something, you can go home and clear out your closet, or you can open your wallet and say, here's $10. What do you need? Maybe there's something you may need more than something else. And then obviously there is the merchandise or the things too that you can work with. So I think that's really, really beautiful. And you're doing this pretty much on your own, or do you work with a team, or do you need a team? Because it sounds like it can be a lot of work.
It could be. Again, I'm very, very happy to be doing this. I don't want to say on my own because it's not. I have a bunch of people praying over me and watching over me. So it's
contributing. Yes. But let's say the operation.
So if every time we need to reorganize the closet, I'll just throw it out there, be like, hi guys, I'm reorganizing the closet, or we've got new shelving. I didn't know how to put up shelving, so
it was like, hey, anybody know how to do shelving?
Yeah, there it came.
The community comes.
Yeah, the community comes, and it's so beautiful. It's so. I don't want to say it's surprising because it shouldn't be surprising. It's just so beautiful
this day and age.
How people just will be like, what time and where?
Okay, wonderful.
So we've been for the closet itself, for Tabitha's closet, it's been such an experience. And then sometimes when we had our closet overfilled, I grab my children, throw them in the truck, and might have a truck, and then we fill up the trunk with whatever is extras. Let's say that's something that hasn't gotten rid of in a while and whatnot. And I'll start going to drive in all these areas with my children. Wow. And we go and we see kids somewhere. We're like, oh, we have something for you. And, I speak Spanish, so it makes it a lot easier, and French. So it depends.
Yes. So let's talk a little bit about that too. So you're here with your children. You speak Spanish and French. So tell us about your background and your family a little bit.
I grew up in Montreal, so that's where we get the French from. Went to English school my whole life. That's where I got the English from. But my parents are both from here, from Dominican Republic. So grew up only speaking Spanish, especially in my younger childhood. My first language was Spanish. Okay. So my mother tongue, as you would say, is Spanish.
Dominican or Spanish? Spanish.
Dominican Spanish. Sorry, I can't say Spanish because...
That's me. I do speak Dominican. You speak Spanish. You're Dominican, 100% Dominican. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm 100% Dominican, yes.
Okay, but you grew up
in Canada, in Montreal.
You speak the languages. Yep. So when did you move back?
Almost 3 years ago now. Okay. And I moved back married with 3 children. So, yeah.
So is your husband Dominican as well?
No.
He's from Quebec. He's Canadian.
He's French, Canadian, Italian.
Wow. So your children are French, Canadian, Italian, Dominican, and they're going to speak how many languages?
Hopefully the three.
Okay.
Italian, we understand it. My father-in-law and my mother-in-law speak to us in Italian. So we kind of had no choice but to comprehend it, which is fine. It's great. And I just speak back to them in English.
In English, yeah, whatever you can, whatever you got, right? Pick one. Wow, that's really neat. And how old are your children?
I have a 14-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 3-year-old.
Okay, and you've been here 3 years, so were you...
He was not born here.
Okay.
We moved here right after he turned 1, and he's going to be turning 4.
Okay, and what brought you back to the Dominican Republic? Punta Cana in particular.
I've always wanted to move here. From what I can remember, around 15 years old, I've always wanted to come back here. I felt like there was a calling for me here. But, life happens. You graduate high school, you get a job, you're working. Then I met my now husband. We started a family, did that whole shebang. And then I was like, oh, well, it's never going to happen. And then one day he was like, you want to buy a condo in Punta Cana? And I was like, it's kind of far from where my family's from. And I wasn't too excited about it because it is like a 5-hour drive from where my family's from. But then I was like, oh, okay. And then he did.
So he bought the condo in Punta Cana and didn't come home like, hey, honey, guess what?
Yeah, which
Yeah.
basically, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't too happy about it. But then I was like, wow, this is great. Because at that time, all-inclusive started becoming a little bit costly. And at that point, we were a family with 2 kids. So... so I was like, okay, well, we can take advantage of our condo and come down whenever we want.
Exactly, because that's a part of it too.
Yeah, so that worked amazing. And then I think after COVID, everything happened. My husband and I, we were just like, we have to get out of Canada and go to Dominican Republic.
Why not? You had a place here.
We had a place. Yeah.
Sometimes things happen for a reason.
It took 12 years nonetheless, but it happened.
You had your place here.
Yes.
You were ready to move.
Yeah.
Guess what? And it's very interesting. There was a time that I was really selling a lot to Canadians right around about 12, 15 years ago, with everybody saying, I'm going to retire in 8 years, 10 years. I'm going to get it now. I'm going to hold on to it. I'm take advantage of the prices of today because they could go up. There was a rush back in the day of really Canadians looking to get
a future.
I know. And literally it's so funny, like a side note, but you actually bought that property from one of my agents.
Well, from one of your agents.
Yeah. That's so nice. And really it was like a gold rush for Canadians and folks coming down and buying properties back then. So I know that you made a great investment. Now it's your home. Yeah. You're raising your children here. So it's really like full circle now that
completely. And now I'm sitting here with you. So I'm like, okay. I knew you on via paper.
Yeah. And here we are today talking about giving back. And for me, I always appreciate the Dominican Republic, the culture, the Dominican people, and the beautiful culture here that has made me feel so welcome and to want to be a part of the community and contribute back to the community. We do many, many things. And actually, we do have a charity that is called Punta Cana Community Care. So we'll definitely need to do some collaboration with what you're doing and what we're doing. We have so many people, clients throughout all of the years, including Eric, who came down and said, what can I do? And I told him, you can do whatever you want to do. If you want to come down and start a charity or give, then let's do it. And we have done some things together back years ago. So excited to hear that his mission continues to live. Tabitha's Closet continues to grow and blossom and thrive through your efforts. And for sure, we're going to need to connect because
absolutely,
I do have many, many clients, friends, buyers throughout the years who come back and say exactly this. The Dominican has given so much to me and I would like to give something back.
Yep.
So we'll close those loops and give them yet another option for how they can really contribute.
That would be amazing. We'd be so happy. Any kind of outreach that we can get and people contacting. We're trying to help as many people that we can. I mean, that's, again, Dominican Republic too. I know my family's from here. I've never actually lived here except for now, but it's brought in peace and joy into my life. And it's really weird. Like, I've always had this feeling when I come here that I never wanted to leave. And this is from when I was young. And thank goodness now I don't have to.
I know. And this is something that so many people say. So I could only imagine what you feel like literally having all of your roots to be from here, and just the connection that must feel. Now, you said 5 hours from here. So exactly what part of the country is your family
So my
from?
family is situated in El Cibao, which is in Moca. So it's about 15-minute drive from Santiago, which everybody's mostly familiar with. So yeah, that's where I always say my grandparents' home was, which was our home. And that's where we went every summer. And I continued going up to last year till they sold the house.
Oh, so now what? Everybody's going to come to Punta Cana, right? Is that what? That's what happens. Everybody starts coming to Punta Cana.
For us, everybody from Canada is coming to Punta Cana.
Exactly. From wherever in the world, right?
Yeah, from
Punta
my
Cana's a place
family,
to be.
everybody's coming here now and enjoying and seeing what we've been living and thriving with and loving.
So talk to me a little bit about your experience being a mom here, raising children here versus in Canada, because you have a 14-year-old and you've been here 3 years. So his first decade of his life was in Canada. How was the transition, for example, for a child that age moving?
So at first he was excited. Just the thought of going somewhere else was exciting. It was sad at the same time. You know, we did sell our house and it was his home too. And he grew up there. He was born there and everything. So it was hard. And you could see that. The first month was really fun because you come here and you're like,
the beach,
vacation.
Yeah.
And then it starts like dragging on. And then, I started seeing my children become a little sad. So it's like, I need to find something to keep them occupied and activities and, you know, making friends. And it wasn't that hard. Again, you just write on the Facebook groups are amazing.
Facebook groups. Okay. So
amazing.
Okay.
So yeah, then we started, you know, meeting different moms here and there that have kids. I was like, how old are your kids? And then we would like attract the ones that had the kids the same age, you know, and kind of bundle them up. And then that's how my children started making friends. And then once you're in Punta Cana, not only doing the beach or vacation things, you start finding all these little hidden secrets and soccer fields and things and whatnot and sports here, sports there. And then you're like, all right, let's just try it out.
Yes.
Try it out. Try out this water sport. Try out that one. And then now like the only thing that I know that they do miss, obviously, is their cousins and some family. We're very lucky that my mom still comes a good couple of months a year here. And then we go for a month or two in the summer to go visit. So I'm like, you know, we spend more time together now than we used to because we're like together. But so my kids now, especially my eldest one, I would have thought, you know, he's 14 and whatnot. But he's fine. He's happy. He's adapted really well, along with my 10-year-old too. It took him a little longer, but no, I can't say that they want to move back to Canada. No, they don't even like the snow. So
you know, they're fine, right?
They're good.
Just
they're
show
good.
them pictures of the snow.
Yeah, like they do want to go back and visit, which
of course.
They want to see the snow again, you know, because then you miss stuff that you don't have, but it's short term. So
kids always love to travel though. Get on a plane, go anywhere.
Planes,
just go someplace different, see something different. So they adapted well here. The young ones, the older ones, you found things to do. You found community, other moms, sports and activities.
And I was able to enroll them in school. They were homeschooled too before, and the enrollment process was pretty easy. I mean, you have to do stuff, but I mean, it wasn't anything crazy.
No.
So it was like perfect. and they made their friends. The little one, he's 3.5. I don't think he knows it. He just loves the plane. He just says, I want to go on the plane. And I'm like, me too. I want to go on the plane all the time.
Yeah. He's from here now. Like when they start that small, home is wherever mom and dad and family is. Yeah. So there's not really any kind of an adjustment at all.
So it's fun. And it's fun to see the ways that as a mom, I'm changing because I find parenting here is more laid back. I don't know if that's the right word, but it feels more like, okay, I can breathe because I don't have to think about, oh, my kid's running around. That's another good thing.
Okay.
For all teen parents, you know? I remember myself at 14, I was like, I'm getting on the bus, I'm going out.
Yeah.
The kids can't do that.
Well, I tell you what, I did raise a child here. He was 4 when we moved here. He's almost 24 now. And I was glad for that too, that I really felt that he was safe. Yeah. Although there were times that he was like, Mom, I want to go out. I want to meet girls. I know all these girls. They're like my sisters, you know. Yeah. But that was way back when, before there was so much community here. Now there's a lot more diverse community, but the safety for him, definitely, I definitely felt that. So
I feel that a lot. And again, I remember myself as a 14-year-old and wanting to do this and do that. I mean, he still wants to go to the movies, which is fine. All those things happen, and he can live very similar to the way that any teenager would live, but I find it's just safer and there's less precaution here. Yes. And the people around, again, the community, like just anybody that's around, if something was to happen to anybody, there's always, 50 people around.
Yes. And they care and they want to help. That's a big
They're always there to help and to whatever you need. You're like, oh my gosh, okay, thank you so much. You're like, oh no, your son tripped. I was helping. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. Like anything. So that's, I find that really beautiful because I don't find in Canada, at least, that they're as warm like they are here with children, kids, even in restaurants. You know, people look at you and you're like, oh, you're here with a little baby, and you're like, I need to eat. Right. But here they're like, oh my gosh, a baby. And they're like, oh my God, take the baby.
Exactly. You know what? That is the way it is. So I love hearing you tell your story about being a mom and raising children here. So many years, especially in the early years I was here, people would feel concerned or worried or nervous about raising children here. I was raising my kid here and I felt comfortable, but I know that everyone had their own concerns about the education system or the safety. But now, like 20 years later, you know, I can say I did it and it worked out. And so many more parents are coming here, raising their children and seeing actual advantages to raising children here than feeling like it's a sacrifice or that the children would be missing out on something or sacrificing something by living here. Like literally, it's a benefit.
It is. It really is. For us, it was, our family was really united here. We can work less because just of the cost of living. And then we can give our kids more. Yeah. And then we have so much more free time with our children. Like this is going for my husband and myself. And it's just like, wow, we have that time together. And we didn't have that. No. And we were dropping them off at school for 8 hours a day, working like crazy, just trying to pay off the bare minimum of our home and a car. Yes. And here we're not stress-free, but if like, you know, and everybody tells you, tranquila. Yes. So you just kind of put that in your head.
But you're not stressful. Yes. Like you're not stressed out or living under stress because there's always something. I mean, there's always something like now maybe something that is stressful is something that maybe is not even that big of a deal. Yeah. But okay, it's inconvenient. Yeah. Yeah.
So things like that worked out really well. And I know other families and moms that are saying the same thing. They're like, wow, we can do so much more with our children. Yeah. We can spend more time with them, work a little less, be a little bit more flexible. And then I feel that's, you know, kids need that. They need their parents to be present in their life. And sad to say that I don't think I was present in their life until COVID hit because we couldn't work. And I was like, hey.
Like wake up call.
Yeah.
And so did you work a corporate job or what did you do before?
So my husband and I, we owned a barber shop and we own a car aesthetics company in Montreal. So we still run that from here.
Okay.
Which is great. So that is a big benefit on our part. And we can still, delegate everything. And I usually ship my husband, like he's there now.
Yeah, it's like, you go take care of this.
I'm not doing this cold weather. Send me in July if you want. But so we have that. So that's what we were doing. But, owning your own business, you're always there.
Of course.
Like always.
Yes. 24/7.
Yeah. So then I didn't see my children and I was dropping off. We only had 2 kids at that point. We were dropping off at friend's house, at my sister-in-law. Can you watch the kids? Can you watch the kids? I got to go back to work. There's this, there's that. Honestly, I know you need to be present in a business. I get it. But you don't need to be that present.
Yeah. Where it just controls every aspect of your life.
And the delegating, we didn't know how to delegate, I think, properly. We were just doing everything ourselves.
Yes.
So being a distance.
You have to. It's like burn the boats. It's like we delegate or we die, right?
Yeah.
So you're delegating out. You have good folks there taking care of the day-to-day and you're living your best lives.
Yes, living our best lives here. And that's why I'm like, I have time on my hands. Let's give back to the great people that live around the area and whoever. And that's how it came to be. And it wasn't meant to be like that, but that's just the way it is. And it's beautiful.
It is very, very beautiful.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Brian Scott Smith. I'm here in Dominican Republic. I'm at the Las Flores Hotel here in Punta Cana. I am one of the veterans that have gone through the actual program. We've had a lot of veterans come through this program already, and I'm here to tell you that if you want to get better health and wellness, if you want to come here and get some of this sunshine and fresh, clean air, click the link below and we'll have someone get back in contact with you.
So, Cora, where do you see Tabitha's Closet going into the future?
Ooh, well, oh my gosh. I do hope to continue helping other families, charities, and whatnot. But I don't know. I'm seeing a vision that hopefully we can get expats, people that come on vacation, let's say, come and we can have a whole array of people helping out with the closet and distributing or working with different charities amongst ours to help out. So I'm seeing that because there's a need for that. And there's people that have reached out to me saying, how can I help? I'm going XYZ. What do you need from me? And I'm like, I don't need you for those many days yet, but I'm hoping that this could be something that can really be a full-time closet experience by donating and collecting and whatnot. But we're working our way up. Right now, like I said, everybody's on a volunteer base. If we need something picked up, it's volunteers calling, oh, do you have a truck? Can I borrow your truck?
So do you have enough volunteers for anything that you need? I know that you said that sometimes you go out into the expat groups like, hey, anybody out there? And you always get a great response. But
usually we have a great response. And again, if it's for a pickup of something, I always ask the people like, okay, whoever we're picking up from, let's say if it's a furniture piece or something a little bit bigger, please be patient because everybody's working on their own time. And, it's not a service that you're gonna be like, I'm calling you, come pick it up. We're going to try our best to arrange the schedule to make it fit for everybody. And then once we get it, we're like, thank you. And we try to work together. And I mean, I have a truck. I don't have a pickup truck.
Right.
But you always try and find people, which we're very lucky with the church that I'm associated with. There's a lot of people in it.
Yes.
And they help a lot.
Yes.
So that's really beautiful. It's a different community, but it's still in the Punta Cana area. So, and everybody's in the church knows what Tabitha's Closet is, so everybody's willing to help. So it's really beautiful. But I really hope to see, even for the church community members and other churches, we accept anybody or anybody.
Yes, of course.
to be able to come on a weekly basis, let's say, and organize the closet or reorganize the closet and be able to drive out here and there to bring it to different people that are families that are in need. So that is what I'm seeing in the future. But God willing,
seeing your vision as well. And I just want you to add us to the list because we do have a pickup truck.
Awesome.
Yes. And we have it for a reason. It's for exactly that.
Okay.
Like, in case we ever need to move some furniture, which comes up here and there, we do have a pickup truck just for that. So, keep us on the list if there's
I will.
Yeah. And
I'm not shy to ask. I mean, if you say, I'm like, we need this.
Yes. Never be shy to ask. And really, we were buying the pickup truck for the purpose to move furniture when we need or things like that. Yeah. So always call on us if there's a need
that's amazing. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. We need all the help we can get. We're striving right now, and we hope to keep striving and helping, as many people as we can, whenever we can. That's the motto I gave the closet, like helping everybody everywhere.
Yes, everybody, everywhere. We're here to help, give, receive. That is what it's all about. I love it. So normally on the podcast, we do take a question from one of our subscribers. So what I'm going to do is let you choose one of the questions and then I will ask.
There you go.
Okay. I almost want to call you Tabitha. Does that happen?
No, not yet.
Not yet, but
it's okay. It's a great name.
I have Tabitha in my brain for some reason. I know I get called everything. I get called Kelly. I get called all kinds of stuff. Okay. We love the mission. How can we get involved as a company? What are the steps? Companies who want to get involved.
So we do on the website on missioncaribe.org is the main website. Mm-hmm. You can easily donate monetary funds there if you go on the donate button. If you want it specifically for the closet, you have to go on the scroll down button and hit Tabitha's Closet, and that will come directly for the closet. Basically going for a rental or whatever we need it for, and you'll be provided a tax receipt from the States if the business is from the States.
Okay.
But also there is a great way to contact the organizers, the main two, so Eric and Deanna. They're always available if you email them and whatnot, and they can help you with so much more, and that will help. I don't want to say me, but the closet and what we're here in the Dominican Republic.
Yes, the mission
in general.
And it's beautiful. And I know those guys, such great people. When I just really remember when it was just like, we want to do something. This is what we want to do. And I just feel so happy to know that their vision is alive and continues to thrive. And the torch has been handed and you are carrying it with such grace and such a positive energy and a desire to really help people. So definitely count on us. And we're going to make some stronger connections, even with the nonprofit that we have, that is Punta Cana Community Care. And there is a part of that is for children. And I know that a lot of what you're doing is for children and families. Yeah. So I know that we'll be doing a lot more together. So Cora, how can people reach out? Now you were saying on the website, what is that? MissionCaribe.org.
Yes, .org.
Okay. And is there Instagram or Facebook or anything else, or just through the website?
Mostly through the website.
Okay.
Again, if you're here in the Punta Cana area, I usually give out my number. Reach out.
Yes. We'll get you in touch
with that. Yeah, so you can get in touch with me directly. It could take me 5 minutes to respond or 24 hours, depending on how my family runs that day.
Yes, exactly, which can be unpredictable. You have 3 kids, like a toddler and a child and a teenager. So you're, like an adolescent or like preteen. What is that? Yeah. So you check all the boxes.
So with that, reach out to me, get in contact with me. If you are coming, I'm going to throw this in fast. I did have a couple from Boston. They got my phone number. they wrote to me. They're like, we're coming. We want to help. And I got
Nice.
them in contact with another charity, and I went with them. We went grocery shopping together. We got everything that we believed that charity needed. And we went to go visit them, and we spent an hour with them donating the food and whatnot. And then gave them that experience
Wow.
of being able to see the place, physically going and doing that, which was really exciting. It was really fun
Yes.
to
Yes.
meet new people, and you're like, wow, okay,
Yes.
you're from where? You do what? This is amazing. And we come and we're doing all this, and it's one of the causes that the Tabitha's Closet has helped with.
Okay.
And I was like, we got to go there because it depends on the date, the time that they're also available, and they're here on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So it was great. And, you know, you meet new people like that too. And then they have their own foundation from Boston.
Wow.
So it was just like, oh my goodness. Okay.
Yes, it's just sharing
Yeah.
and that giving. And that is really fulfilling. When you give, you feel fulfilled. And for me, that is one of the keys to happiness, because when you give, what you get back is worth so much more.
It is.
Really.
And it's so beautiful. And I've still kept in contact with them. And I was like, next time when you come back, have
Yeah.
a little bit more time.
Yeah.
They came
Let's
for a
do
short
more.
period of time.
Yeah.
And then we can work on different things together as two different missions and work on it together as a team. And they
Beautiful.
were down for it. And that's what I want to keep doing. And again, it was through my personal number. Everything is nonprofit. I'm doing this because I need to give back to the
Yes.
Dominican Republic and to the people that are here, which
Yes.
have made me so happy.
Yes, and
Yeah.
all of us. And I thank you so much for what you do for the community. And thank you so much for your perspective. For sure, we'll be doing more together.
Absolutely.
And thank you for being a part of this episode of the Punta Cana
Thank
podcast.
you for having me. I
Yes.
really appreciate it.
And thank you to all of you for being a part of this episode. And we'll see you on the next one.